Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded.
At Granger, we're for the...
What's going on, y'all? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know if the mic sounding good. What's going on, Yasmin? If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we took this gold setup. It was flickering in and out of TP1 and drawdown, but as you can see, when New York session started, that 10-minute candlestick price exploded to the upside. So we're going to be looking for continued gold buys. We're just looking for a retest right here. Then we're going to be looking at NAS100 sales here as well. And then we're going to be looking at possible DJ buys and GU sales also. So we got a few setups we're looking at right here. Yeah, trading view, as y'all can see, I don't know what the hell trading view got going on. But we're not going to mess with GU unless I do have a sell idea here. But I'm really not going to mess with GU unless we can break back down below 31.30 and hold that as resistance. Right, if we can hold that as resistance, we can look for sells again to the downside. And then GJ, we're going to be looking to see if we can break above and hold 203.50 as support and look for buys under 203.85. We're looking for a retest on gold right here. If we can maintain 42.30 as support, we can look for continued buys going to 42.54. Or if we can retest 41.98 and hold that as support, we can look for buys as well. So we got a few setups we're looking at. We did take this NAS100 setup, but we're in drawdown on that currently. We did do a retest, but again, a lot of these charts are still kind of in reversal territory, right? I feel like there's music here. Let me turn this down. There we go. Right, so we had price reject down, but as you can see, we've been struggling to maintain and close below 25,460, which we can see right here. So we need to hold this low as resistance right here. So we are in drawdown on this position, but we're going to hold the SRT to get hit though. But if we can't maintain this level as resistance, we're going to be playing back and forth in between this downtrend, this bullish momentum right here. We don't have any news today. The news today and yesterday got canceled, as we can see. So unless they update that tomorrow, we don't have any news today or tomorrow. So we're still just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Gold just rejected, pushed back up. We're almost back at the all-time highs in gold as well. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit, so I want to see a retest right here before we take this gold setup. All right, we rejected that level. All right, same thing with GU. Price is struggling to maintain below this level here. So if we cannot maintain below 31.30, we're going to be sucked back into the reversal territory as well. Yeah, so we got a lot of charts still kind of stuck. The only one that broke out of the reversal zone was gold yesterday, as you can see. Well, it blew out of it really on a Monday, but as you can see, that thing rejected past this point and is going and doing the buy moves we was talking about in the Sunday chart analysis. Yes, it is Thursday, but if you have not hit that first link in the description, checked out the Sunday chart analysis yet, make sure to watch that just so y'all can see what price was looking like at the beginning of the week. Listen to my analysis, see what was looking at, what was looking for, and then see what price is looking like right now. Because majority of the charts, besides like NAS and G, were going as projected. Right, but even GJ, like if you look at GJ, this is where price started on Monday, right? And we kind of just broke past the next level. So a lot of these charts again just been struggling this week to continue trends or start new ones. So it looks like we're about to hit a stop loss on NAS, which is all good. Can't win them all. So let's see if we can get a retest on gold here. We're still going to pay attention to GJ, but GJ's in between our levels. So again, we're either waiting for price. Ideally, I'd like to see price break above and hold this level of support, look for continued buys here. But we just got to wait to see what level price decides to hit. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. Let me go ahead and drop that link in the chat right now. And make sure like the live to hop up in here and subscribe as well. We're almost at 4,200 subscribers. We can get to that easily. So I'm looking for a retest here on this. This thing's pushing hard though. Start struggling hard. But the game plan for NAS is still the same. If we can hold below 25,580, we're looking for sells. Or if we break about 25,750, we're looking for buys. Let's see what this next 15 does. Because we did a retest right off the London session open, as you can see. We did a push, we did a retest, did a push, but then just rejected that level. So we're going to wait to see what this next 15 does. All right, we push back down below. Let's see if we can maintain as low as resistance going into the next 15. If so, we're going to be looking for a drop to the downside. U15 just popped up. Okay, so I'm glad on my computer this trade idea didn't get ruined, because on my phone it just did what it did to my GU setup. Now my trades are fine. I don't know what's going on with trading, because y'all was here in the beginning of the live or yesterday's live. Y'all know like my buy and sell ideas were looking weird, but hey, they fixed themselves, so that's cool. So NAS pushed back down below. It didn't hit our stop loss. So again, NAS can hold 25,580 as resistance. We're going to look for continued sales to the downside. We're going to look for a price to retest 42.28 as support. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, remember we took this gold setter. Remember we hit TP2 a couple times. It was flickering in and out of drawdown in profit. It was like that literally the entire London session up until 9:30, 10 o'clock. Then as you can see, that volume kicked in and then just went zone to zone. And then the rest of the day, price flew to the upside. All right, so we got to see how the GJ reacts to this level here. That's a big ass rejection. Let's see how it plays out though. GB's pushing also. Let's take this off the screen so y'all can see this stuff a little better. What's going on, Julia? What determines your selections? You got to elaborate. What do you mean? Like, you talking about the pairs I trade? What determines whether I'm looking for buys or sells? What exactly are you talking about? So I can answer your question. Are you talking about why I'm going for buys or sells on specific pairs, or what? Let me know what you're talking about, and I got you. Again, y'all got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts. Drop in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. Y'all just saw y'all screens how we did last month, last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. GJ still so GJ can hold 203.10 as support. We can look for buys going to 203.50. Yeah, it's not a bad setup though. Yeah, so we got a few more sets about to possibly play out right here. So we got gold looking like it's about to try to do a retest for us. Then we got G trying to push back down below here. And then we got GJ chilling on this level right here. New 5-minute just popped up. Let's see how this 15 closes. It's holding that support right here. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Give me 1 second. I see y'all's comments. I'm going to catch up to that in a second. Give me 1 second. And Julian, if you're still in here, like I said, just be more specific what you're asking. Hopefully you didn't ask a question and dipped. Hopefully you're back up in here. What's going on, Louise? What Fibonacci retracement tool helps? I don't use the Fibonacci tool. I don't use the Fibonacci tool. I know you see it up here, but I don't use it. All I use is price action, and then I mark off key price levels that I use as support resistance. That's all I do is use price action. Every trade breakdown you watch, every Sunday chart analysis, if you was in a live stream yesterday, all the live streams, all the TikTok lives, you'll never see me pull out an indicator. Always just use simple price action. Now I go over that in more depth and detail in Playmaker University with the Playmakers, but also one-on-one sessions. But I literally just dropped a video yesterday breaking down how I look at the charts as well. So make sure to check out the video I dropped yesterday. All playlists are up to date. We're about to see how this next 15 looks like. or what this next 15 looks like, I should say. Alright, so let's see what G here does this next 15. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. GJ pushing back up. Those joining the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not entered this trade yet. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free Instagram, free Telegram. Looks like it's going to reject that level. Yeah, I'm liking that retest. Let's see if we can break past that point. NAS is pushing back down as well. I'm going to move this alert because I'm not really looking for sales here. NAS pushing back down. See how GJ reacts. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way, TikTok _Playmaker_Way_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new posts lined up for y'all today as well. And we will be going live on TikTok today. All right, so make sure to have y'all's noties on and be on the lookout for that. But right now, we're watching closely GJ. We want to see if we can break back above and hold 203.10 as support. If so, we can look for buys going back up to the highs right here. And we're also watching gold for possible buys. Now, I said the same thing yesterday, but this is why, again, you just keep it simple. Because if y'all was in the live stream yesterday with gold, I was literally like, I do not like the market structure here, but it has met my rules for where I would look for buys at, right? So that's why we still went for buys. And yeah, we was consolidating a little bit, but guess what happened when New York session started? Right, the volume picked up and pushed it upside, right? So a lot of people was probably looking for sales at this level. But again, the reason why we went for buys instead of sales was because we was no longer in the bearish momentum area like we was last week. But also because, again, we're going with the flow of price instead of chasing price. Like I say all the time, when you go with the flow of price, you're going to end up winning more than you lose. And then when the volume kicks in, more times than not, it's going to go in your direction in favor. But let's see what these other charts are doing. They're still kind of chilling. So any thoughts on GJ? GJ's doing exactly what we was talking about. He just moved a little too quick. As you see, but it's doing exactly what we was talking about. All right, so unless y'all just hop up in here, again, we'll talk about GJ buys. We could hold 2 or 3 tenants support, which we see price doing, and you see price pushing to the highs right here. And this is also why I said we want to look for sales only on G who can break this level here. And that's rejected. It's all good. Look at that push. So that's a big ass explosion up. So GU breaks above 3165. We're looking for buys. I thought I had a buy idea up here, but probably got messed up like these other setups we see right here. So I'm just have to put it back up. Yeah, but GJ pushed too quick for me. If it retraces, I'm gonna post the signal, but it moved too quick for me to type a signal up. That's why you gotta be the live streams, y'all. So y'all in that, y'all should be green right now. That's a big push right there. Went from red to green real quick. Yeah, that volume just pushed in this last 5 minute right here. That's a good sign though. If we have some volume like that, we might be able to break this high right here. So again, even if y'all missed this setup, again, don't chase the setup. Either wait for price to retrace back or look for buys at the next entry point. There was supposed to be news today and tomorrow, but they canceled it. So we're just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Down a little bit. That thing exploded too. Look at that candlestick, nasty work. I bet you a bunch of people was looking for sells here too. Again, this is why I do not like taking setups in reversal territory. Let's see how price reacts to this level here. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost at 4,000, 4,200 subscribers. We can get to that easily. Again, that's why we trade off these levels. Look at how price reacted here. Look how price is reacting here. Look at how this candlestick literally formed off. This candlestick is ending or stopping right here. This is exactly why we enter next off these levels. So GU just broke this level as well. So GU can maintain 31.65 as support. We could look for buys going to 31.85. And then GJ can hold 203.50 as support. We could look for continued buys going to 203.85. So let's see what this next hour and 15 looks like. There's a strong candle. We need to hold this level for the uptrend to come into play. Then look how price is reacting here. All right, new hour and 15 popped up. Let's see if we can get a retest on gold right here. See if NAS can push back down below this level. Let's see how GJ reacts right here. GU doing a retest. See how GU plays out right here. Look at that retest right there. Let's see if we can hold though. Look how GJ's reacting here as well. Got a lot of setups at some levels right now. We got gold about to do the retest right here. Again, if gold can hold 42.28 as support, we're looking for buys going to 42.54. High right here. Strong right here. Now it's pushing back down below. Yeah, so for GU, for me to look for buys, I want price to hold 31.65 as support. If we can hold 31.65 as support, we can look for buys going up to 31.85. All right, that's what we're looking for right now. And then gold, we're going to be looking to see if we can hold 42.26 as support. And so we can look for buys going to 42.54, or if we can retrace and remain 41.90. I'm still not used to the numbers changing so much. 41.96 as support, then we can look for buys as well. So we see this retest right here. Again, as well, I always say don't chase price, because imagine we would have FOMO'd off the 351 for a buy here, right? All you had to do is wait a little bit. Now we're right back at the ideal entry point. You see what I mean? Just have some patience. We're back down below on NAS100. Gold just did a nice retest right here. And again, that's why you want to wait. Look at that retest. So you would have got in right there, you'd be in profit right now. You see what I mean? Always wait for the retest, right? And I go over that in this video right here. Break, retest. Now let's see what we can hold. Where's my phone? Let me grab my phone. Meanwhile, Nas just fucking ripped. My goodness, man. Look at this. This is what I'm telling y'all. When y'all go with the lower price, when that volume kicks in, more times than not, it's going to go y'all's favor. Holy shit, y'all. Well, let's make that 5-1 for the week. Ooh, look at that candlestick. Let me let the members know we just hit the next zone. We was in drawdown for a little bit, but we're in profit now. Shit. That's why I always tell y'all, if we're in drawdown, you might as well hold to SL or TP gets hit. So I'm about to move my stop loss and profit. Get my stop loss and profit on this. And again, look how price reacting to this zone right here. GU did a nice retest and flip as well. Gold, again, nice retest. So a lot of charts are moving right now, y'all. A lot of charts are moving right now. What'd you say? You said, do we wait for a break and retest in that zone? You always want to wait for a break and retest. You always want to wait for a break and retest. Right? I'm anti breakout trading. Every trade you see me take is always going to be a retest or a break and retest, right? The gold trade we took yesterday was a break and retest, right? We entered off the retest. Obviously, it was in a little bit of drawdown, but as you can see, we maintained this level as support, right? Even this NAS100 sell, this was a break and retest. We entered off the retest off the London session candlestick, right? Obviously, you can't really tell right here, but we entered off the London session candlestick retest, but it failed to hold as resistance. But that's why I said, if y'all see at the beginning of the live video, wasn't rewind to the beginning. I was like, we're in NAS right now, or we're in drawdown currently, right? But we entered off the retest there, right? The NAS100 sell from Friday, right? Obviously, the level's gone, but you can see here, this was a break and retest, right? The NAS100 set up on Thursday, right? If I go to the 5 minute, you can see right here that this was a break and retest also, right? This GJ setup, right, was a retest, right? This GJ setup was a break and retest. We look at the GU setups we took, break and retest, break and retest. And again, I don't know why TradingView has been trolling me with my trade ideas, but this was a break and retest. You know, we go to these setups, break and retest, break and retest, break and retest. Again, if y'all been watching the past couple of days, TradingView has been doing this with my trades. I don't know why, but again, you can see break and retest, break and retest. Right? You always want to wait for a break and retest. And that's what I talk about in this video. So if y'all have not already, do it today. Do not wait till the weekend. Do it today. Binge watch my videos on YouTube. I'm not just saying that because I want clicks and views, but like I said all the time, I promise you, I am not so bored at my house that I'm just making videos for kicks and giggles. Every video I post on Instagram, every video I post on YouTube, TikTok, every post I post in the Telegrams, every post I post on YouTube. If the title, whatever the title says, that's what the video is about. And every video I post is to help y'all out, right? So if y'all are not watching those videos, please watch those videos, y'all. And that's not directed exactly towards you, Brown Molasses. That's just a PSA for everybody. But I always want to wait for you always want to wait for the break and retest. But I need to talk to TradingView. Right, y'all be taking my money every month, but y'all can't get my trade ideas and leave them alone. So we just fucking just tanking, like just nasty, disgusting. Let me let the members know. We just hit the next TP. Disgusting. So we're 4-1 this week, which is not bad. But yeah, we entered this candlestick off the 315. So after London session open, we broke this level, and then we entered off the retest, which was this 315 candlestick. You can see the wick, you can see price push down, but immediately after price wicked and pushed down, it rejected and was in drawdown, right? So we didn't break back down below until this 4 o'clock candlestick. Yeah, that's a nice move right there. Again, nobody should close that trade red that's in that position. This is also why I don't breakout trade, because imagine you would have went for a buy here. You would have got your stop loss hit, right? Imagine you would have broke out traded here. You would have got fucked up. Well, I always talk about break and retest, right? Even right here. Would have got fucked up. Right here before the break and retest, would have got fucked up. Even here, did a break and retest, but obviously didn't do the full move. But you can see more times when it does not do a break and retest, it just does a breakout, ends up rejecting more times than not. You get what I mean? Let me fix this shit really quick. There we go. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. New 15 just popped up. Look at GU. Doing a retest right there. Go to the retest. And now we're just pushing. And for those that was not here at the beginning of the live, the reason why, well, before I go over that, let me catch it to the chat really quick. This is a nasty. After the stream, because my computer screen's not as big as my other screen, I could still show it. This is a nasty drop right here. Disgusting. But let's see what we got going on here. GJ pulled back. Yes, it did. But again, you want to only enter off the levels, y'all. You only want to enter off the levels, right? Again, the reason why these levels are marked off, the reason why I have my buy idea here on this level and my buy idea here on this level, the reason why price reacted the way it did off this level and reacted the way it did off this level is why we enter and exit off these levels. You want to train your mind to stop looking at every pip and candlestick as missing money or opportunity, right? Like I tell the members and students all the time, you're not making or losing any money until you enter buy or sell. You get what I mean? You're not making or losing any money until you enter buy or sell. So unless price hits one of my levels, I do not care what it's doing at all, right? And that's the same way y'all should be. Until price comes to your area of interest, hits one of your key price levels, y'all should not care what price is doing at all. when you can train your muscles and your brain to do that, you're going to be a lot better when it comes to the charts, and it's just gonna make things a lot simpler for you, right? That's also why I got my alerts, right? Because again, I don't really care what it's doing, but as soon as I hear my alert, what am I doing? I'm hopping to my computer and I'm seeing what the hell's going on. You see what I'm saying? So again, the game plan for GJ, we're either looking for the price to retest and maintain 203.10 as support, and then go for buys to the highs, or if we can break above and hold 203.50 as support, we can look for buys going to 203.85. Right. So unless it breaks and retests one of those levels, you should not be concerned with what GJ is doing. All right. Again, you'll never see me take a trade in between or off outside one of these levels. I always am taking a trade on one of my key price levels. Always, always, always. Right. So again, I'm not in this gold setup because I'm already eating off this NAS setup. But if y'all's paying attention, y'all be up on this gold setup right here as well. Again, didn't FOMO off the break. You waited for the retest. You was able to get the best setup, best entry point, and now you're going to get the best risk reward and the most points off that setup right there. G is still kind of struggling to hold this level. Again, it did just break out of reversal territory. We need to hold this level for the uptrend to come into play. Let's see if NAS can hit this next TP. Let me show you where our next TP is at. Let me show you where our next TP is at. But this doesn't show y'all to go with the flow of price and to just hold to SR2 because especially you're already in drawdown. Now, if you're in profit, that's different. If you enter a trade, you're automatically in drawdown. You might as well hold to SR or TP gets hit. NADS today was a perfect example of that, and gold yesterday was a perfect example of that. Right? Because again, when the volume picked up, which direction did it go? To the upside, right? Not a coincidence we went for buys. Same thing with NAS100. We went for sells, was in drawdown a little bit, but when the volume picked up, which way did it go? To the downside. A new 5-minute just popped up. And this is another thing too, y'all. Over trading is a thing. Peep how I said I saw the gold setup, I didn't take it. The GU setup, I'm not really too concerned about that. All you need is one win a day. That's literally all you need. Like when you look at this NAS100 setup, we're currently at a 1 or 2. If it doesn't full move, it's gonna be a 1 to 3. That's all you need. That's all you need per day. Right? Especially when we have the market conditions we have. So again, if you do not understand the market conditions we have, rewind to the beginning of the live stream or hit that first link in the description. Go to Sunday night and watch the Sunday chart analysis. All right, y'all. As far as how we're doing so far this week, we're 4-1 this week, which is not bad at all. We went 8-0 last week, giving us 100% win rate. The week before that, we went 8-1. So that's how we're doing so far in November. If you scroll to November 3rd, you can see how we did October. In October, 30 wins, 4 losses, giving us 88% win rate. September, we went 16-3. If you scroll to October 3rd, you can see how we did quarter 3. July, we went 17-2. August, 23-2. September, 16-3. Ended the quarter 56-7, gives us 89% win rate. Catch a total of 270,000 pips. Y'all go to subscribers, you go down to folders, over 1,900 folders, over 3, going on 4 years worth of receipts. You can see screenshots, positions, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff. So make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free student free Telegram. That way you can see how we do on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis, as well as you can watch the Sunday chart analysis and be updated and notified every time we go live on YouTube or TikTok. We should be going live on TikTok later on today as well, though. So make sure you have your notice on for that. And I got some new videos lined up for y'all as well. We just hit the next TP on NAS. Let me let the folks know we just hit the next TP. clean setup right here. So again, y'all, I need y'all to let everybody know in the free Telegram when I be saying we broke this trade down as well as other setups in today's live. When I post the recap later on tonight or this evening, and when I say we broke this trade down as well as other setups that when I predict in today's live, watch the full stream here. I need you to let these people know that we are not bullshitting because some people still think that I be just going live dicking around. I don't understand. Again, y'all not in the live streams, y'all be missing out on setups for the day. It's also good to see how charts play out when we're looking for entries, retest confirmations. Like today and yesterday's lives have good examples of a bunch of stuff. All right. Last week's lives as well. Yeah, this thing's going crazy right here. That thing's going crazy. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up. We're about to hit the final TP as well. So right now we're at a nice 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3 RR. It's not bad at all. And again, y'all, my mic gets a little bit crackly, or if I sound far away, let me know. All right, because I don't got my headphones in, so if I'm not sounding clear, let me know so I can do something about it. You know, I'm just trailing my stop loss. Nobody should close this trade red. Let's see what we got going on. All right, cool. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop in the chat. Yeah, I'm just chilling in this position right here. Let's see if we hit the final TP. I think we might have the final TP. Got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. So again, GJ's back in this level. Look how GJ's reacting here. We see what GU and gold's up to. So we picked the right chart to get into anyways. Now, granted, that would have been a nice GJ setup to have caught off this retest here, but it is all good. The final TV got hit, y'all. So I'm just gonna have my SL deep and profit. Let's ride this wave down to 25,460. So again, y'all, if gold can hold 42.26 as support, you can look for buys going up to 42.54, or if we can retest 41.96 as support, you can look for buys. Anything below that, a little bit iffy or questionable for buys, in my opinion. But if we can hold those levels, we can look for buys there. GU, if we can hold 31.65 support, we can look for buys going to 31.85. I would not look for anything in between this level. Or if we break down below 31.25 and hold as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 31.10. Then GJ, as long as we maintain 203.10 as support, we're looking for buys going back up to the highs here. And then we could break up and hold 203.50 as support. We can look for continued buys going into 203.85. All right, y'all. That's the game plan for today. There is no news today, so we're simply just waiting for volume and confirmations to be met. Members, you already know in a few hours I'm going to do the New York price watch list for y'all, but, even if there's no Southern New York session, we caught a nice move on that, so, I'm good for today. But again, we have another nice retest right here on gold. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after this live is over. Shout out to everybody in the live, y'all. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signature free Telegram. Like always, your interest in how to identify these levels, my Signature server, and my mentorship programs. Y'all know what to do. Hit those links in the description. You watch any of my YouTube videos the last 3.5 minutes. I go over all the details, take you behind the scenes, all that good stuff. But also, if you click the link tells you what everything comes with. But like always, you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram, TikTok, Telegram. I respond to all messages. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, y'all, for today. We'll be live later on today on TikTok, though. We see GJ again. We probably catch the same move for the third time here. We see gold pushing up as well. So there's still opportunities. But yeah, y'all, we're out. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day.